All right. I think that's you, Fred. All right. What is up, guys? We are streaming live. We're in the Crusader group, the YouTube page, and also in the GSD group. So welcome, everybody. I want to see you guys turn your photos on. Looks like I got a lot of note takers in here. So if you're not with your bot, you are going to be eliminated, killed, kicked out. So turn yourselves on. Let's see some photos. But anyways, hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're here. Today's going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about the best-selling offers. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So if you guys are struggling with your offers, if you guys aren't selling them consistently, people are interested but not buying from you, something is really wrong with the offer. You might not be talking to the right people. You might not be able to explain your services. So we'll clarify as much as we possibly can. If you're not familiar with who I am, who Cody is, and what this is all about, my name's Rahul. My partner Cody will be on here in just a few minutes. What we do is we do coaching and consulting, and we help marketing agencies, coaches, consultants grow and scale their business. And we take an approach that's a long game approach. We're not trying to sell magic bullets. We're trying to sell something that's sustainable, repeatable, just like having a franchise. So we want to make sure that we teach everybody not only how to have the skills, but fish on their own for the long game, make the income they want to make, live the lifestyle they want to make, have the wealth creation for themselves, the freedom, the family, the flexibility, right? So if the pandemic taught us anything, it taught us that we can work from home. We can work from anywhere. It opened up so much opportunity for every single person out there where you can actually do business with anybody worldwide. Heck, grandmas and grandpas in the 80s know how to use Zoom better than a lot of people. They know how to use Facebook. So now the people have adapted. All right. So we're going to be going over some best-selling offers. Fred, if you're on here, hop on in without your bot. And I'll go over a couple things. We'll go over some offers. We'll go over some demonstrations and some live examples, if that's cool with you guys. So let me know in Facebook land if that's the case. What's up, Don? You and I are going to be the photo showers, and then we're going to kick out a bunch of these fucking bots, killing me with the bots. These note takers should automatically be killed for life if you're not with your robot. So Don's more familiar because he shows up. The hint, the rest of you guys should show up too if you want to get the skills. If you're present, you have your camera on, you have the focus and attention, you'll get the most out of it. For you guys in Facebook land, Facebook Live, YouTube, wherever you are, do me a favor. Tell me where you're from. Actually, can you hear me? Is my audio good? I didn't even do an audio check. Okay, so I'm good. Okay, and let me know in the Facebook land if you guys can also hear me okay, or wherever you're watching this. So we'll go over. Oh, by the way, as you hear stuff that's valuable to you, share that information in the chat and do a hashtag live, a hashtag replay. Again, that's hashtag live, hashtag replay. Why do we do it? It's because we want you to participate. Number two is the more comments, the more engagement we get in these streams, the more we can show up, number one. But number two, it can reach more people so we can help more people. We want to get our message out there as much as possible. So that would be the help I need from you guys. So if we agree to that, let me know with a 1 in the chat and let's get going. So now with offers, there we go. I like that. I got the green thumbs up from Don. All right. So offers. I'm going to go over a couple things. I'm going to start in the SaaS model, and then I'm going to flip it over into the service model, because to me, the framework and the mentality is always one and the same. Because once you have a formula, you can take it and plug it into it's pretty wide and a big variety of things you can do it in. So like when you learn sales and you get really, really good, you put the reps in, you get the right trainers, you get the right people reviewing your calls, and you understand how to close people, the product becomes less important. You can sell mouses, you can sell mouse pads, you can sell coaching. It doesn't honestly matter so much about the product once you have the formula down. Now, when it comes to the offer structures, you can actually do the same thing. It's almost like sales. You can take something that exists and position it so it matches what your client's pain points are. And then I use a contrast model. Like when I earlier today on an inner circle coaching call, we were talking about blogs, and blogs are pretty damn boring, right? Why do people want blogs? They want content. Why do they want content? They want it to get distributed. They want it to be something to reference over and over and over again so they don't have to repeat themselves. But then ultimately they want traffic. So that's what people are buying, is they're buying the traffic, and then we're getting there through writing high quality content. Now, when we're positioning something so simple and so boring as a blog, if we contrast it in our customers' minds, and then I'll get into the offer structures and what I'm talking about, but just on this topic of blogs, super boring, right? 800 words, 1,300 words, 2,100 words, whatever the fuck it is. But now I can ask the customer, like, hey, have you considered, like, once we do this blog, like, would it be cool if we distributed it even further than just what it's going to be used for? Because once we put it on a website, we built it, you do your backlinks, you do your title tags, you do your schema markup, you do all the technical nuances to drive the traffic, and in a couple months that'll be a high value page. So we have another fishing pole in the ocean, and as we write more, we have more fishing poles, so we have a lot more opportunity to catch a bunch of fishies. Now, have you considered, or would it be possible if we did this? Took that same blog and we put it into a micro format. We'll put it into a newsletter. And once we put it in the newsletter, we send it to our list. There's a couple of things that happen there. Number one, we can drive more traffic from the people who already know, like, and trust us back to the blog, so it can do its thing, that you can pixel them, you can retarget them with ads, etc. That's always an opportunity. But then number two is, once we pixel them and we drive them back, what if we also took like little snippets of that blog and just seeded it on social media? Like, would that be something that would be more valuable to you? Right. So people who are selling content for $500 for an article, or for 2 articles or 3 articles, like, it's not valuable because the customer could be price shopping. We don't know what their intention is, but as soon as we can create some contrast against what they were already thinking, that's when you guys are going to get more value, more authority. They're going to trust you more. It's not like when I go to Starbucks, I say, can I get a coffee? Right? Now, if the Starbucks worker would have said, hey, like, I know it's morning time and I don't know if you ate breakfast or not, but have you considered trying our egg white thing? And I don't know the name of it, the thing, the little wrap. If you guys know what it is, you know what I'm talking about. But if they asked me that simple question, just by that question alone, I might be like, huh, you know what? I am a little hungry. I haven't tried that thing, or I have, and I remember it. It's pretty healthy, right? Just one question, they could more than double the revenue per that sale. Now, as we bring it back from a blog and Starbucks, how do we do that in your business? How do we position the offer so they come and ask for this? We're giving them this for the price below, right? So the what they want is here. Our value is way up here because we contrast, but then our price is right around here in their mind, right? That's what a good offer is. It creates curiosity. It creates people wanting to do stuff. And then they're not afraid to spend more on the unit of what you're selling. They're willing to spend anything because they trust you. You sound like you know what you're talking about. But when people come to me and they ask me on the surface level of what they want, and if I just give them that thing and I give them that price, I'll get to think about it. I'll get like, hey, like, now I just commoditized myself. So now people have to go out and get price bids, even though they may not have had that intention. Now they've got I've actually inspired them to go do research. Does that make sense? Make sense to you guys that are here live? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. And then let me know in the chat. You guys can all hear me loud and clear? Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into a couple offers. Let me in the Facebook land, and also here in this chat for everybody that's on here. Well, first I'll say welcome to all you guys. We got Don in the house, Sammer, PMU marketer. I apologize, but I don't give me a name to the face. And we got Chad in the house. We got Don, Amir in the house. I saw Amir, you're driving. You're cool without your photo. Stay safe. And then we got a bunch of bots in here. We got Fred from Australia. Robert Truesdale. You got Aisha. I'm going to mute you. Thanks for muting, Abram. All right. So welcome everybody for hopping on here. Nice to meet you guys. In the chat, if you don't mind, drop what you do and where in the country you're from or the world you're from, because there might be a diverse audience here. I just love to hear that. So what it is you do and where you guys are from. Okay. And then stay on mute until we do our live Q&As. What's up, RK? For some reason, I think, RK, you and I may have met at a digital marketer conference many years ago. The name that your web namaste sounds so familiar. Okay, cool. All right. So how many of you guys already have our hot dog offers, our foot in the door offers? So we're going to go into two contexts. We're going to go into, what's up, Perry? We're going to go into two contexts. Number one, we're going to go with some SaaS offers. I'm going to give you right to the juice. And then we're going to go with some agency offers. So that's why I need you guys to write down not just where you're from, but also what it is you do. So I might even pull out an existing, like one of your guys' offers and give you an example. Okay. All right, SaaS offers. Now, have you guys ever heard me talk about Go High Level or our missed call text backs, our database reactivations, our review campaigns? Anybody ever hear me talk about that? Yep, Fred's talked about it. Okay, cool. All right. The reason when it comes to local businesses, smaller business owners, not enterprise level, not $1 million plus revenue people, smaller businesses. I'm going to mute you, Sean. Just come in and mute yourselves out. You guys have the flexibility to unmute at any time, but just stay muted until we do Q&A. Now, one of the easiest in my mind, the offers that we sell consistently, clearly, easily, and they're hard to fire us from is because we give them value and give them a result and cost them barely anything. And the trifecta, the three most important SaaS offers in my mind, and you guys may have a different market, and I'm going to show you how you can change this offer to anything that's under the umbrella of the SaaS or the foot in the door offers that you guys use is missed call text backs, database reactivations, review campaigns. Can you think of any business that does not need that right now? Like, try to prove me wrong that name a business that would not benefit and not make money from having those three things that you've ever been to. Try to prove me wrong on this, because I don't think you can. Every one of you have missed a call from a client. That client you tried to call back didn't answer. Months upon months go by, and then they don't want to hire you. The phone tag, the nasty game didn't work. A missed call text back could support that. It can start the two-way dialogue in real time, so you never leak a lead. Now, we all have leads in our database. We all have leads spread all over, sticky notes all over the place. If you organized it, or your clients organized it once and for all in one cohesive system, imagine if you sent a blast. Like, think about all the businesses that have been in business right now. Do that for me and write them in the chat. Think of a business right now in your local market, a restaurant, a dentist that you go to, anybody. I want you guys to even put their names. It's live in the chat. We're not going to call them, but just think about what's one business that you've been to that has never texted you to come back. I would argue to say that it's all of them, right? We may get one or two. Kairos, yeah. Drop them in the chat. What's an industry that you know could use this? You missed a call, you missed the money. You get a lead and you don't communicate them and you rely on a salesperson or yourself to do that, probably not going to happen as efficiently and consistently as you'd imagined. Now, if you had a database reactivation in there, imagine sending a text message right now telling people about your new offer right this second. There's 300 people in there. They're less than 6 months old. You have an opportunity to create that wealth, because when 9 out of 10 businesses fail within 3 years, it's not because they started a business to live till 3 then die. It's because they don't have this know-how. They don't have the systems and technology that we share with all of you guys. Like, think of the businesses out there. I don't care what it is, yourself. You can be thinking about your own business at the same time. But restaurants aren't companies that are just chefs that cook food. Think of them as a marketing agency that delivers the product. A dentist is not a teeth fixer just yet. They're a marketing agency so they can fix teeth. Once we put everybody in that context, because this is the beautiful part about you guys that are coaches, consultants, even business owners, doesn't matter really what you do, is once you understand the insider track of what we teach and the marketing and the nuances and the sales processes and how to get your foot in the door, like, you guys are super powerful people. You're probably one of the most important people that we now need to impress upon our clients, that they understand that if we get them leads, we put food on their table, we put their children through college by generating the business for them. Otherwise, they're going to have the pressure of loans, the pressure of failure, the pressure of doing things the hardest way on the planet, because things are hard. Recession, crypto crashed, friend didn't pay back the loan. There's so many different excuses or problems, however you look at it, out there. Our job is to come in as not the heroes, but the guides, right? So one of the most easiest sale I've ever had in my entire life, which I'm super excited. That's why I've been talking about it since January 2023, and privately before that, not publicly so much, is using SaaS and also segueing into AI. AI is important. We can't deny it. But one of the most important things is SaaS, because like we're early. When ChatGPT launched in about November to the public, really, it's still pretty new. Took a little while for the internet to come across and make it real, right? 1995, 1996, we had dial-up to the mass audience. Now, and at first it was a fad. Now we realize AI is not going to be a fad. Too many people are talking about every single day. If you go on Apple News, any news, something will be a segment about AI, the dangers or the benefits. It doesn't matter. The whole point is the world's going to talk and adapt to it. But right now, business owners, what they need is they're not even got their foundations right. They don't have a CRM. Like think of this right now. Like, look at your own CRM. Is yours messy? Right? Is your pipeline with new leads clean? Is your pipeline with warm leads clean? Is your dead pile clean? Is your contracts out list clean? So like tomorrow you can wake up where it actually already is so organized that you don't have this chaotic day, or you're laser focused. I have 10 hot leads. I'm going to call 10, 2 close. I now have another $15,000 in my bank account. Now I can help another person. I can now go hire 4 or 5 VAs to support their families and get them to do all the work while I free up even more time. So you have to look at that side of the equation too. We take care of our home, then we can take care of other people a lot more eloquently. And we can help with that too. We're launching a GSD store. I'll share that with everybody. We'll have a waiting list. We're excited to release that pretty soon. But those are the things, those 3 things that I said alone. Missed call text backs. If you guys can write this in the chat, when everybody write this in the chat all at the same time, even in Facebook land, participate. 1 is missed call text backs. That's when your phone rings, you don't answer the phone, a text goes out to the party calling, and you have a message to start a 2-way conversation so you don't lose that deal. You don't lose that opportunity. Okay, let's go in the chat. I'm going to wait. I'm going to pause right in the chat. Missed call text backs. Everybody that's here, you got to get to the keyboard. And then I'll go on to number 2. On the missed call text backs, I'm going to give another example. Like when I did get a electric vehicle, I didn't have a charger. I didn't think that far ahead. And then when it got to 3 miles, I had no way to move the car because it would get stuck. So I had to get a charger. So I called Google, the best Google search I could think of, because it's new to me. I don't know what the fuck it is or how to Google it. So I just went with the easiest search, and then found 1 person, called, no answer. 2nd person, 3rd person, both no answer. 4th person answered, came to the house. An hour later, $750. So what those first 3 people did, without even knowing it, they still have no idea what happened. They just don't have a deal. No phone call came back to me. But they lost that opportunity to make the sale. They lost that opportunity to upsell me other product or services. Anything, if I need a mobile charger, they're not going to get it because they didn't answer the fucking phone. So that's how quick that we lose deals. They lose deals. And that's where you guys can come in to bring back and recover, loss recovery. So you guys are loss recovery specialists. You're no longer saying, hey, let me go charge you $3,000 a month just right out the gate as the first touch point on the first date, the first call, specifically if they're a small business and can't afford that even, and jamming that down their throat. We're giving them something with instant top line revenue potential that you can literally go in and sell real-time revenue. If somebody has a database in QuickBooks that you can export in some sort of format that's not requiring data entry, unless you get a data entry person to type it out for them and put them in the system. If they have it somewhat organized, 1 text message could bring them real-time revenue, real-time sales appointments. That's just 1 little thing. I don't see anything in the chat. Am I missing something? None of you guys are writing missed call text backs in the chat? You guys here on Zoom, I'm talking to you guys. Write missed call text backs in the chat. Get your hands to that keyboard. Once you guys type it, you remember it. When you don't type it, you listen, you multitask, and then you a year later you figure it out. So I'm gonna coach you guys to type. It's called text facts. Thank you, Aisha. And then Chad. There we go. All right. Number 2, the database reactivations. We're gonna call this real-time revenue. You sell something to somebody, they make more money in real time. Now, real time for marketers, typically it's like in 3 to 6 months, the shit's gonna work. Just give it time. Right. But with database reactivations, we're going to position it as real-time revenue. Give me your database, I'll send an offer. We'll get clients, we'll get the responses, we'll book calls, we'll sell some stuff. Real-time revenue. Okay, so now next type in the chat, database reactivation, or short, type in DBR. Same with you guys, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Type in DBR, it stands for database reactivations. I want to see in the chat DBR dash real-time revenue. Cool. Cool. Just don't forget real-time revenue. That's so important because we can literally get people as clients and turn it into real-time revenue. Okay. Now, the third thing is going to be online reviews. You guys may know it as reputation management or whatever terminology you're doing. Now, with like, how long does it take to build a reputation? Anybody know that answer? Just type it in the chat. How long does it take you to build a reputation? Samra, I'm going to make you a co-host so you can let people in. I'll make you, same with you, Ahmad. Okay, yeah, it takes a lifetime to build a reputation. And how long does it take to ruin one? So a lot of business owners, they have no methodology to acquire 5-star reviews, acquire the happy clients, acquire those people that said, oh my God, this food or this experience was so amazing. It's like the owner's like, oh, thank you so much, come again, right? That's it. That's the extent of it. That's what they're not taught, is how to actually induce and get people to come back, tell their friends about it. Now with online review systems, we just push a button. It can send them a text message. We can make a QR code that scans, that bribes them, saying, come back in for a free chocolate pie or whatever it may be, or a free 6-month check-in with your dentist, whatever it may be. Just fill in the data. Right when they leave, we can push a button that gives them a review campaign immediately. Right. So now they can talk about their experiences. What happens when we talk about their experiences? If you guys are going on have you guys ever gone to Yelp or Google and gone to something that you've never been to, and then you looked at 2 different companies? One had like a 4.1 and the other had a 4.6, and the 4.6 had like more reviews than the 4.1, and you went to the 4.6 just because of that alone? Have you guys ever made that buyer behavior before? Put yes in the chat if you have. Okay, you guys, yes. Okay, everybody has Amazon. Okay, yeah, exactly. So what all your basically strangers referred you to make that sales choice. You bought because of a stranger's influence. 88% of people believe online reviews as if it were a personal recommendation from a friend. Yet so many businesses still don't have that strategy. Now, the 3 things that I just mentioned, there's an intention behind them. Number 1, it's easy to sell. Number 2, it's high value. It's real-time revenue. It solves a huge freaking problem. It's already instantly profitable for most of the people that you'd ever even open your mouth to even offer this to. You can like go through a strip mall and throw a rock at any business. Like, you won't want to do that. You might break the window, but you can point at any single business, but every one of them will see profit if you guys implemented this to them. Because there's going to be either something non-existent, not consistent, or there's too many apps where they can't even like know how to use and what to use and when. It's not systematized. They don't know how to bring it all together. So it's cheaper, it's faster, it's better, it's real-time profit. So there's only benefit. Now it comes down to, how do you guys position yourselves so you get those conversations where they're chasing you or more curious about you than you are of them? That becomes the big question, right? Now, based on what I've just explained right here on a rapid fire approach in the first 25 minutes here, Do you guys think, or do you guys believe that this could be a solution for you guys, that you could go out and offer this to other clients? Do you think you can make it that simple that if somebody gave you $500, $1,000 a month, that you can double that for them in just 30 days? Because now we're going to stack it. We're going to value stack it into an ascension model at the exact same time. Now we're going to, whatever, what do you guys, tell me what you guys do again, one more time in the chat. Like you guys, some of you guys are marketers, some of you guys are coaches. Let me scroll up here and try to find, okay, what do you guys, yeah, tell me what you guys do and who you target. You're an agency for Ed. Okay. So if I'm an agency and I want to angle my way in, and I understand there's price sensitivity, I understand that there's skepticism, I understand that they're getting cold calls, cold DMs, walk-ins, mailers, TV ads, Facebook ads. Once they click on one, they see 100. So I understand that there's a lot of competition. All I'm doing is angling my way in with my foot in the door with something so highly valuable. I'm actually consulting them on what's their best interest, number one. I'm also contrasting myself away from all the other donkeys out there trying to sell them shit, shove it down their throat. And I'm also understanding that they've already had a past experience that didn't go their way. Right? Because like, have you guys ever had friction when somebody like hates Facebook? Like you guys do Facebook ads and they've got burned by anybody? Has that been a challenge for you guys in the past before? Right? So I mean, everybody should be nodding their head yes. And if your nod could mean fuck yes, yeah, that's what that means. Yeah, everybody. Otherwise, everybody's lying to themselves. We've all run into that. This is my differentiator. It's my secret weapon revealed. I'm going to sell them not my biggest package possible. That's my want, my wish. That's my selfishness. I'm going to do what's best for them to start the relationship as quick as possible without the 17 calls and follow-ups. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build trust, build a relationship with a win. Then I'm going to roll back in and make the recommendations. Now that we've got our foundation built, now that our house is not built on quicksand, our marketing machine, no longer can we sink and die at every moment. We can now only ascend and build. We're going to create a skyscraper technique. The foundation is done. The bondo is done. Everything's fucking cemented beautifully. Now we're going to drive some traffic into the machine and we're going to spit out more and more customers. Now we're going to introduce the Facebook, the TikTok, the IG, the Google ads, the landing pages, the funnels, the webinars. All the fancy tech now becomes so appetizing because we've already got them all dialed in. Now there's no leakage. We've eliminated as much leakage as possible because now our tracking is transparent. It's in their hands. The pressure now becomes collaborative versus just on the marketer. What I mean by collaborative is that now that we have leads, which is what the client wanted, now it's not moving through the pipeline as they may have intended. Guess what we get to do? We get to consult them. We get to teach them how to communicate a little bit. Now we become their authority, their coach, their mentor. We get paid for it. Make sense, everybody? Give me a make sense in the chat. Yep, everybody's been burned by everybody. Everybody's been burned by somebody, right? It doesn't matter. Like Gardner didn't show up last Thursday, been burned. I'm not gonna cut the shit myself, right? Got a bad haircut. Doesn't mean every barber gives a bad haircut. Had a bad meal. Doesn't mean I'm gonna quit eating. Cool. Welcome, Cody, to the club. Can we give it up for Cody's absolutely brilliant windows and background, and congratulations on the house.
Jeez, everybody's so happy about everything. What is this shit? Come on, guys. Where's the energy? Every time
I went on like a crazy straight to the point monologue fucking training, shove it down their throats, like let's go. Like I'm like, this is just too easy to keep to ourselves. When I say easy, it takes a lot of work and effort to be able to communicate it. But then once there's always that click moment. And it's almost like if for you guys that have children, or if you put yourself back to childhood, something that you wanted so bad that took you so long to get to that final point. And once you got to that point of like success of whatever it is, for me, it's soccer. It took me years. And I'm like, God damn, once I got it done, I was like, wow, that was so hard to get here, but why was it so hard? Now it's so simple, it's so effortless. Same thing with sales and a new skill. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort, but once you have it and you understand it and you can repeat it consistently, you're wondering like, why did it take me so long? Right? But that's the journey. That's what it takes. It takes repetition, 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 but then you have to do it right. You have to be so self-aware of whether you suck, whether you're causing resistance, whether your tonality sucks, whether the customer, if we're blaming the customer, we have to actually, that's a good sign that our communication is not the greatest. Right. So that's one thing. That's when we have to rehearse. We have to be self-aware enough and vulnerable enough to be able to rehearse a little bit more. And especially for those guys that had major success and now they tanked and they have to start all over, it takes even more tenacity out of those types of people to be able to rise back up to where they once were. And that's the most important part. It's practice, repetition, rehearsal. We're always doing it. And I'll give you guys a one-liner sentence that will open up a lot of deals, but I'm going to leave that to the end, depending on the energy of this group and how many photos I see live on here. Okay. All right, Cody, we went over foot in the door offers for SaaS. Now, I told them I would also do some foot in the door offers for some agencies of not changing their positioning, because this isn't like SaaS or die. I think it's SaaS will help. It'll ascend what you already do. It'll enhance what you do. It just goes hand in hand with us marketers. Leads come in, we have trackability. Leads come in, we can help them with a database reactivation. We have transparency. Leads come in, they're not moving the pipeline. We can coach them on how to manage their business and their revenue and tie it to their children's future and the future person they want to be, right? It's that important that we take those extra 30 minutes in a day and take 30 minutes that we would have wasted or fucked around and on TikTok, on a TikTok scroll, and prioritize it to our revenue and our business. So that's all it really takes is 30 minutes of organizational skills. It's really crazy and wild that salespeople suck and hate it and refuse to do it. But the people that do it, those salespeople make more money. And when you own a business or you're just breathing as a human, you are a salesperson. You're selling something, whether it's where you want to go to dinner tonight, whether you want to get a drink or not, whether you want to go to the gym or not, you're persuading yourself or somebody else. Okay. So when we go into the services, like I want to get back to the chat really quick. I need to know some industries. I see that there's agencies. Now tell me, like, give me a specific, like I help this person with this thing. Like I help coaches and consultants run more effective Facebook ads so they get higher quality leads, something along those lines. Give me some specifics in the chat. So A, you might get a client right here while we're live. Then B, we'll know what you did too. We can give you some examples. Oh, I didn't do Cody, if you want to kind of get the VIP thing going, I didn't really talk about Diamond Club and the people who are not in it, who are watching on the stream that want to be on here.
Yeah. They know how to do it. This is people on Facebook. You don't want to be a very important person. And you've listened to how many of these lives out there in Facebook land, and you're still stuck. And you're sitting there and you're wondering, why is it that I'm surrounded by people who I consider to be less talented than I am, but those people consistently get further ahead of me? You seem to have the same ideas. I'm watching, you're watching right now. You're watching Cody and Rahul talk. So that must be the exact same thing, right? As what everybody else is getting, because you're hearing the knowledge, you're getting the information. But, whatever happens behind closed doors or whenever they get their hands held or that little bit of extra course knowledge, what difference could that really make? Right? Well, I know one VIP guy, he's not here right now, but he was at zero. And yesterday I was on a breakout room because we do that sometimes with him. And he said he's making $7,000 a month now. And he just sold 2 $5,000 packages this month. So he's actually at 10K this month. But on average, he's gone from making nothing to 7 to 10K a month in just 2 months of, being on the VIP and joining the next stage up. And to me, that's life-changing, right? For a lot of people around this, it's life-changing money. You're going from, wondering what the hell you're going to do next to figuring it all out. And it started with a $7 purchase. I was in LA for a couple of months or a month there a little while ago. And every single day I went to Starbucks like an idiot. And every single coffee I bought cost $6, $7, every single one. So when I say things like Do you want to change your life? And then I say things like, it'll just take you skipping one trip to Starbucks. I mean it, guys. So honestly, if you're out there watching this on Facebook Land and you're not sitting in this group, and there's what, 30 people in here right now, and a whole bunch of hundreds of others in the networking chat. Forget the fact that we give you a course that's specifically designed to teach you how to go out, do organic marketing, and make fucking money this week. Forget the fact that you just listened to Rahul talk about SaaS offers for the last, half an hour, and we have a whole premium SaaS course, 53 videos pre-designed to help you actually do that shit in there. Forget the fact that you get a networking opportunity with 100 plus, 200 plus other people who are in your same situation. It's the difference between you not taking action and taking action. The difference between you taking the first step to be a part of a community and put shit to action, and you sitting on the sidelines for the rest of your life, wondering why everybody else is getting ahead. So if you want to do it, if you want to join it, I don't have the link, but I know I've got team members on here that will drop the link in Facebook Land, in both Facebook Lands, if we're in both of them. Just do it, man. Skip your Starbucks tomorrow and hop on here, and then you can be a very important person. You can join us in the room, which I assume we'll be jumping into soon, and it's going to be kick ass, and you can be the next life that we change, and that will fill me up. That'll make me feel good about spending my time here every single week.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So jump in the Diamond Club, skip that Starbucks, skip Chipotle for a day, get skills that'll last a lifetime. All right. All right. So let's take this off the live stream and just go private Diamond from here on out. Okay.